Let's take a look at problem number 41. It says, together, Suzanne and Chris can paint a patio in 16 hours. Working alone, Suzanne can do the job 3 hours faster than Chris. Find time that each person takes to paint a patio. Let's see, 41. So, we got Suzanne and plus Chris, and then we got together. Well, together they can paint it in 16 hours. You always do 1 over however long it takes them. So together it's 1 over 16. Suzanne can do the job 3 hours faster than Chris. Now we don't know how long it takes Chris, so this would be x, 1 over x. Now Suzanne can do the job 3 hours faster than Chris. Faster. So let's say Chris does this in 10 hours. That means Suzanne can do it 3 hours faster, can do it in 7 hours. So we subtract 3. And this would be our setup. Now this is a rational equation, and so we'll go through our steps for that. We want to multiply everything, we factor all our denominators. Can't factor them. We're going to multiply everything by the LCM of all our denominators. Well, we only got one number, so that's included, 16. Now this x here is different than x minus 3. So we're looking for the greatest number of single x's in any single denominator. None here, 1 here, none here. So the greatest number of single x's in any single denominator is 1. Then we look at the next factor, the x minus 3. And we're looking for the greatest number of x minus 3's in any single denominator. There's 1 here, none here, none here. So it'd be 1. And that's what we'll multiply everything by. That's our LCM. So multiply by 1 over x minus 3. We'll multiply it by the 1 over x. And we'll multiply it times the 1 over 16. Now some things will cancel here. These x minus 3's cancel on this one. The x's cancel here. And the 16's cancel here. So we're left with 16x times 1, or 16x. And here we got 16. I'll go ahead and write it out, and then I'll multiply it together in the next step. 16 times x minus 3. And over here we got x times x minus 3. Those ones drop away. So we got 16x plus 16 times x is 16x, and 16 times negative 3 is negative 48. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. No matter where you are in math, combine together like terms. 16x plus 16x is 32x. Minus 48 equals x squared minus 3x. Now if I look at my steps here, factor all the denominators, we didn't have to do that. Figure out the LCM, multiply by, we just did that. Now solve. Now we have quadratic. It says get everything on one side, 0 on the other side. This is assuming that we haven't covered the quadratic formula yet, and you can factor it. So I want to take the 32x and negative 48 to the right side, because we want the x to the largest power to have a positive number in front of it. Now when you take anything across the equals, the sign changes. So my 32x becomes a negative 32x. My negative 48 becomes a positive 48. And that gives us x squared minus 35x plus 48. Now we want to factor this. This is the PSD method. X squared x, no number in front of the x squared. So we'll take our number at the end, the 48. And write down all products, give me 48. 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, 5, no, 6 times 8. Add them, that's the S column, S for sum. 1 plus 48 is 49, 2 plus 24 is 26, 3 plus 16 is 19, 4 plus 12 is 16, 14. Subtract them, that's the difference column. 48 minus 1 is 47. 24 minus 2 is 22. 16 minus 3 is 13. 12 minus 4 is 8. And 8 minus 6 is 2. And we're looking for a number in the middle, which isn't there. Um, hmm. Oh, we got decimals. Okay, I was expecting it to work out perfect. This won't factor, so let's use the quadratic formula. Um, A is the numbers before x squared, which is 1. B is the number before the x, which is negative 35. And C is the number at the end, which is 48. And we're going to plug them into negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You probably find it easiest to go through and put parentheses in wherever you have a variable, then plug in your values. So I'll go ahead and do that. So let me see. B was negative 35. So I got negative 35 squared there, minus 4 times A, which is 1. And this is 1. And then C, which is 48. And I'll get my calculator handy here. Okay, so that gives us, negative negative gives me a positive. So we got 35 plus or minus square root of, see, 35 squared minus 4 times 48, 1033. And 2 times 1 gives us 2. And square root of 1033, 32.14 over 2. Now that's going to give us, the plus or minus means we got 35 plus 32.14 over 2. And we got 35 minus 32.14 over 2. 35 plus 32.14 divided by 2 tells us 33.57. And the other one, 35 minus 32.14 divided by 2 gives us 1.43. Now, if working together takes some 16 hours, then this one doesn't make any sense. So we got 1.43. Well, actually, oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking this backwards. Never mind. If it takes them 16 hours together, then it's not going to take a 1.43. So this is the one we're going to be taking a look at. Time for me to go to bed, I guess. 33.57. And that's would be Chris. 33.57. Now, if this one's Suzanne's 3 hours less, then that would take Suzanne 30.57 hours. And they round it to one decimal place, looks like. So 33.6 and 30.6 would be D as in David. So let's check that. 41D. And 41D checks. So that's our answer.